it again because I'm now recording it. Do a cheers, Cheryl, with your coffee.
Oh, cheers. Hang on. Cheers.
Cheers. Happy end of term. And to you, Mark. Great.
Yes, this is my lemony Portuguese port, and it's made with white port. That is the trick.
I've never had white port.
Oh, and I've got the bottle.
Oh, look at that. Oh, lovely. Ooh, it's a bit of a bad signal. Is that Lorraine talking or Rosemary? Oh, it's all a bit, can't really hear it. So. No, I'm afraid, sorry, it's the, whoever's trying to speak, unfortunately we can't hear you. But I know that Philippa Brewell's here, and she's an expert in history. She takes people around amazing buildings in the country. And actually, Philippa's based near you, Lorraine. She is in Kidderminster.
Okay, yeah, my neck of the woods, yeah.
It's my neck, you know, I'm from Worcester, so it's my neck of the woods as well.
Are you Worcester?
Watch out, I'll put on a Brummie accent, I'll go back to native. Yeah, well, Worcester, eh? Absolutely.
Stop it. Well, I'm originally from Manchester, so hey, there goes.
Oh my goodness, a great combo. Now, what I'm going to do is, what we'll do, I think we'll just quickly walk the room, but the problem is, I think some people's microphones are a bit dodgy. So, Lorraine, you're on it. Tell us in like 30 seconds what you do, girl.
Okay, I'm a raw food chef, coach, mentor. At the moment, just finished writing my book. It's not published yet, so I'm going through all that. But what I do is I support people who want to eat more raw foods and vegan as well, because not everyone can do the raw, but they want to transition maybe to raw. So I do demos, I do one-to-ones, I do VIP days where I go into someone's home and then just like veganize their home, you could say. So I look in their cabinet.
Veganize their home. That's the name.
Yeah.
That's really good. Congrats.
But this is it. Even look at their clothes as well, and their mindset, their concept, how they want to go about, you know, themselves in the world. So it's very holistic. So it's not just the food.
Yeah, okay, that's great. I like the fact that you can veganize someone's home. So that's quite a kind of golden nuggety type thing.
Never thought of that.
Yeah, no, that's good. If you want to turn on your video, Anna has just joined us. She can do that. So Mark, nail it in 8. I'll teach you about that in a minute. But go on, tell us what you do. What's your name and where do you come from?
So I'm Mark, and along with my business partner Rob, we run MobFit, who predominantly focus on providing health, fitness, and well-being packages to corporate companies. Yeah. So we tend to go in on site and we'll provide services from fitness classes, yoga classes. But we also branch out into a lot more companies on a sort of holistic approach of well-being. So we'll do stuff like nutrition, coffee mornings. We do workstation assessments to ensure the work environment is suitable for working. And then we also have massage services, that sort of thing. So a whole sort of one-stop shop for wellness for companies, really. And
is that all based in the London area?
Yeah, all based in London at the moment. But hopefully expand to the other cities in the future. But yeah, London for the time being.
Brilliant. Okay, so if anybody knows anybody who needs a bit of, within their corporate business, some massage or some fitness and some va-va-voom, isn't it? It's kind of keep you going whilst at work. Okay, on the hamster wheel. Okay, I've actually muted everybody's microphones because there's a bit of feedback. So, Rosemary Cunningham, if you can unmute ye now. Oh, do you want me to? Okay, you've done it, yeah.
No, I've done it, got it, thank you. Hello.
Hello, good to see you, Rosemary.
You too, yes.
Cheers.
Yeah, cheers, I've got a cup of tea somewhere.
Well done.
So what am I saying? Just a bit about me, yeah?
Yeah, just a bit about you, yeah.
Yeah. What do I do? I'm just starting up my coaching business again. I'm a money marketing and soul coach, and I've sort of neglected it for the last 2 years. So I tend to work with women who've got holistic businesses and with mindset about money, but also all sorts of things really. But I'm just studying it again, so I'm relivening it. But I do events for women. We were at Rope Runners yesterday. We had women's activity morning.
It looked like an amazing event. I wish I could have gone to it. And actually, Rosemary organised the Essex Business Women's event about 2 or 3 weeks ago. It was amazing. So congrats on that one.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, so anyway, well done. Thank you for coming. I'm going to work around the room. We've got the lovely Cheryl, who has got her port cocktail. So flash it up again. And if you can mute your mic when you're not talking. Hi, Peter, I can see you're there. I'm going to mute you for the minute, Peter. Right, Cheryl, over to you with your cocktail.
As I said, this is my delicious lemony port cocktail from Portugal. Cheers. Can I have a sip?
Have a quick sip. And tell us about your amazing river cottage.
Okay, I'm Cheryl from Great Holiday Locations, bringing luxury accommodation to you in the Algarve. Now, I have a river house on the river, and it looks like this.
Oh, lovely. Beautiful. Wow.
It is suitable for family holidays and retreats, health and wellness retreats. In August, we have a lady who comes over and does 2 weeks at a time, but you only go for 1 week, and she does yoga, raw food. We have a beautiful kitchen where you can do your raw food workshops. And we have this wonderful waterfront deck to have your meals.
Lovely.
And then in the evenings, you can enjoy some gorgeous sunsets.
I love your the analog, visuals. I think they're brilliant. Thank you.
Oh, okay. These are the things that I made as postcards. So you have the photograph on the front with a little strap line, and then you have some information at the back, and then you can hand them out to your clients.
Brilliant. Well, I think that's a really, really good idea. And I think a lot of people these days, we can all do it. If you want to just say in the chat box, thumbs up if you like actually seeing printed. I mean, I'm a real printed person. Some people just like to see things on screens. So thank you very much for sharing. Anna has just said she can't make herself visible. And you can type to chat. Okay, I know that Anna is a photographer and she is based in Surrey. And you take Anna, can you speak? Let me unmute you, sorry. Maybe you can then tell us what you do, Anna. And then we'll go into the training in a second. I don't know whether we can hear you, Anna. Okay, well, maybe you can't, there's no volume either, but she's an amazing photographer based in Surrey and she does a lot of female shots. So that's that. Denise Fay, I can see you're here. Unmute ye now. Do you have have you got a...
Look.
Aha, great, you got the sunglasses. Woo, woo, woo.
Yes, and we have a little bit of sun here in Ireland, so it's all good. Excellent. Oh, mind you, it'll hide the wrinkles, I suppose, to be fair, Amanda. Which is why I need these ones.
Yeah, well, I've got my lenses in, so I can be wearing these ones, you see. Okay, Denise, I know that you're a marketeer, aren't you?
Yes, indeed. And I work with professional services to help them get and keep clients. That's really it in a nutshell. So I believe that a lot of people focus on getting a client. They focus on client attraction, which is really important, but then they are less focused on client retention. Yeah. And that's really, that's what's important. So that's what I help people do. So I help them keep them.
In a nutshell, thank you for being so concise. Peter Lawrence, I can see that you're here. I'm going to unmute you.
Hello, Amanda. Hello, everyone.
Hi.
I'm quite ill prepared, actually. Sorry, I haven't got a cocktail or any glasses.
I'll drink for you. This is actually a mocktail. It's made of Angostura bitters and fizzy water. It's delicious. So, shoot, Peter, are you in Dubai still?
I'm still over in Oman at the moment, Amanda, but I'm coming back on the 20th of July.
Okay.
So I'm really keen to give the existing business a push and give my partner a push as well.
And remind us what you do.
I'm into HR, human resources, and also the training and development part as well.
Mm-hmm. Brilliant.
We've got about a handful of small, medium-sized businesses that we've got on a retained basis at the moment.
Yes.
And then we've also just recently won a national contract, which is just about to kick off. So that's really
exciting. To that. We need to raise our cocktails to that, everybody.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Thank you. Jenny, I can see you're there being very patient. So unmute ye now, if you can.
Yes, I can. Hello, everyone. My name is Jenny Thomas de Cruz, and I'm actually, my background, I'm a teacher, but I've worked within IT, corporate business as well. And then now I'm on the side is also working with my husband in his architectural business. So it's thomasdecruz.com. And we work with contemporary new build houses and extensions and all that. Used to be a local London architect, but we work now all over the world. But I mean, I've been in touch with you, Amanda, before, and it's really, I'm thinking that we haven't really taken that step forward, and I'm just thinking that, okay, it was a good reminder, and it coincided with a job we had where I organized photographer and shooting the end of a job, and the clients were really interested in sort of how do we get, they have written about themselves and everything. They said, we have an article, how do we get it in? Now I'm thinking, oh, Amanda, she knows. So when this popped up, I thought I'll jump on again and see.
Oh, yeah.
I can learn something again.
Well, really good to reconnect. Now, I'm wary of time. Is anybody, I know Alex is here, she's a filmmaker, and you've got to go in about 2 minutes. So, Alex, do you want to quickly say hola? And then I'll go straight into the lesson. Is that okay?
Hi, everybody. Hello. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Yeah. I've never used Zoom before, so it's all new to me. I don't have to go, Amanda. My 1 o'clock has been rescheduled. So, briefest introduction. Yeah, Amanda said I make films. So we make films for small companies, big companies like P&G, or smallish companies and charities. And we create them from script level right the way through to edit. So there's one side of what I do, but I'm also training to be an equine practitioner.
Oh, wow. Different.
Confuse things, which is training. I'm training to use horses to help people. So people that suffer with issues like depression, ADHD, autism. So it's kind of like the other side of what I do. But yeah, my main job at the moment is the filmmaking side. So I'm keen to kind of find how I can PR myself to get some more business.
Okay, well, good. If anybody wants to raise their hand and I haven't asked you to speak, please do so right now. Otherwise, I'm going to get right into it. So I'm going to share my screen. If you don't want your face, I mean, this is recorded, so it will be going out to people who've missed it. I hope that's all okay with you. And, and it's really great because we will know about what you do, your lovely holiday homes, your raw food, your filmmaking, the architectural practice. Everybody's got an amazing business. I can see Sean is there. Sean.
I'm so sorry I'm late. I've been trying to get in. Sorry.
Second intro, and then I'm going to get into the training. So come on, Sean, tell us what you do in Wales.
Oh, I help women to be confident, to live authentically as who they really are in their own rhythm, and to make their mark in the world, sound their note in the world, and make their unique contribution.
Love it. God, that's pretty damn concise. You've been listening to my lesson. Okay, right. So what I'm going to, thank you, Sean. Now, if everybody can mute their mic, I'm going to mute everybody off. That's fine. And now I'm going to do share screen. And let's see if I can do that. Hold on. Desktop. Let's just see. Everybody give me your thumbs up that you can actually see it. I hope you can see. Yeah? Can you see my screen? Yeah, brilliant. Thank you very much. Okay. Now I'm going to turn it into a PowerPoint. Let's hope it all works. Technological isn't my best thing. Right, okay, so hello. It's the PR Secret Summer Party. Thank you very much for showing up with your cocktails and everything. Mine's a mocktail. I'm not an alcoholic. Well, Anyway, so here we are. So I'm going to teach you today how to get visible in a crowded market so you can stop competing with social media. Is social media doing your nut in? So you're in the right place if you're sick and tired of seeing your competition hogging the limelight. I ran my business and I saw my competition there all the time and it really got on my nerves. Hello, Helen Vandenberg. Woo, woo, woo.
Hello, and I have my cocktail.
Oh my God, and you got an umbrella and well gel. Congrats. Helen, amazing. She's all about getting clients fast. But Helen, I'm in teach mode now, so I'm afraid intro at the end. I have to mute you because I know your dog might bark.
You're quite right.
Speak to you in a minute. Right, so you're sick and tired of seeing your competition hogging the limelight, or are Facebook ads literally doing your nut in? Has anybody tried Facebook ads? You can give me a thumbs up and say yes or no in the chat box, because I like to make these interactive. You don't just need to sit and listen. And if you'd like to try the new way which is the new way. It is the new way, which is actually getting press attention. So don't worry, I've got something to help you, all right? And if you hang around, I'm going to answer your questions at the end. I'm going to give you a thank you gift. And then, do you know, all my slides have gone a bit ding-dong, but never mind, that's my alcohol, my non-alcohol cocktail. But what I'm going to show you is how to find your target influencer, how to have a big impact, and then how to get in front of your dream influencer. And all of this is all tried and tested. I've done all of this myself, so I'm not just inventing it. It really does work. So my entrepreneurial journey started when I was 8 years old, and I started selling guinea pigs in the local hometown market. My parents used to sell carrots and tomatoes. My guinea pig magically bred, and I thought, well, I can see a lot of people passing by. Why not sell these really cute and furry things? So I started aged 8. I then joined my mum's business. She used to sell beads which were imported from all around the world. I've got beads all over the place. I just love beads. I don't know if you can see my mannequin over there. It's got African trade beads. Travelled the world with her. It was amazing. I then had my son, my first child, Felix, in 2008, and started up my knitwear business, which I really, really enjoyed. I tried to do flexible working with my office over in London. It didn't work out. And so I thought, do you know what? I'm going to do what many other people do, a bit of resilience or whatever. You just start you start a new business, don't you? That's what a lot of us have done, I think, having children or having a big move in one's life, in one's career. So I'm now a PR trainer, and I'm also very proud to be an Enterprise Nation advisor. So there you go, that's what I do. And I've developed a proven process that really does work on how to get into the press. I'm just going to show it to you, but I'm not going to go into that training right now. I'm going to pull out 2 or 3 things. So if you do want to get yourselves into the press, just follow these steps. Find your press hook and your golden nugget. If you stay to the very end, I'll be giving you a little tip about the press hook. You do need to do the research for your customer, your journalist, and your competition. These are all things I did not do well enough when I was running my knitwear business. Then I kind of started to do it, and I thought, oh my God, why don't I just train people how to do it? Because it really did work. I kind of clicked. And then you need to have your press toolkit sorted out. You need to write your press release. And then you need to have your PR plan of action. Don't get blacklisted like I did. I got blacklisted because I called somebody 5 times when she was up a ladder. It was a fashion journalist. I was desperate, to get into Marie Claire or some magazine. And the woman just said to me, Amanda, never call me again. So I got blacklisted. So make sure that you have a list when you're actually going to start calling the press. And then success, you're actually in the press. It will happen. It will happen. What do you do next? And I tell you what you must do. The first thing to do is to say thank you to that journalist who's actually given you that, the press mention. So that's fantastic. Here we are. So that's the steps I've got. Wait a minute. So we've worked the room actually. So Helen, this is my opportunity. We have actually done it the other way around. So Helen, if you just want to work the room and say what you do, or we'll just move on. If you're there, unmute your mic. If you're not, don't worry. She might not even be there anymore. So we've done the work in the room. We all know what people do, which is fantastic. So I'm now going to show you how you can find your target influencer. Who should you target? First of all, you need to think about your client avatar. Why is that important? Because then all the secrets will start revealing themselves, and it will then lead you to your dream influencer. So what's a customer avatar? I'm going to give you 3 examples, and hopefully it'll kind of inspire you to understand who is your customer avatar. So it applies to he or she, all right? So what does he or she read online? Is it Facebook? Is it the Daily Telegraph? Is it Red Magazine? Just try and find out what your ideal customer reads. Then what does she read in print? So again, does she read in print? Maybe some people don't actually read any print anymore. You just need to ask these questions. And you're going to say to me, how do I find out all these questions? What you need to do is go to your past and present clients and say, do you mind just answering me these questions? Just have 5 questions to shoot off to them, and they'll be very happy to answer. And it's brilliant. It's a really good way of doing that research. And then find out where she shops. Find out where she works. Is it in the city? Is it in a doctor's surgery? How old is she? Where does she hang out? And where does she live in the country geographically? Where is she placed, or he positioned? And then what does she watch or listen to? So I'm going to now give you some actual examples. So you might be thinking, oh my goodness, I don't understand that. So here we are. My client avatar for my knitwear, this is my website. It's actually still live, but I don't sell anything of it. I just keep it so people can see where I've come from. It's called Hum Shop. And these are the kind of people, so that's the model. And then here are the typical customers. There's me, there's my sister, my mother, my mother's best friend, my stepmother-in-law, my mother's best friend from Norway, and then my sister-in-law. So we all kind of look similar-ish. We all kind of love that knitwear. So selling that knitwear, I had a very typical client, and it was somebody who was called Trendy Mum Martha. So she would be aged, I just need to ask people, if you're joining us just now, please can you mute your mics, okay? I hope you can hear me. So Trendy Mum Martha, she'd be in the region of 35 years old. She'd be reading Grazia. She'd have a lovely big detached house in Brighton, let's say. She would shop at Bowden, at Waitrose, at John Lewis. She'd go to these trendy bars and she'd have these mocktails and cocktails. She'd go to a book club. She'd go running with her dog. She'd do yoga. She's like the dream woman we'd all love to be. Maybe we don't want to be her. Nah, we don't want to be Trendy Mum Martha. And what does she read offline? What does she read online? So she reads Country Living to get inspired, to decorate her house. But the interesting thing is she will be shopping in Waitrose and John Lewis. And why is it interesting to know where these people shop? Is because those are the magazines that you're going to be looking where they advertise. So where does John Lewis and Waitrose actually advertise? And you'll find it'll probably be in places like Marie Claire and Red. You know, everything kind of ties into each other. So that's Trendy Mum Martha, age around 35. Then you've got Retired Rose, and she's a real life ex-customer of mine when I was running my knitwear business. She used to come to me every single year and buy a different purple coloured item from me. She called herself the Purple Lady. Again, she would be a shopper in Waitrose. She'd shop also at the Pure Collection, which is a cashmere company. She'd go to her local butchers. You can see the camper van down at the bottom. She was going to go travelling around the world with her husband on her, retirement package. Great. So really interesting woman. It kind of gives you a feeling, and she reads the Telegraph and she reads Hello, and she also hangs out on Facebook to see what the grandchildren are doing. And again, you're going to find out where does Pure, this is me and my talking as a knitwear seller, so where does Pure advertise? I'm going to look at those very magazines, and then I want to get myself some free PR, some free publicity inside those magazines, okay? I'm not talking, none of this is about doing advertising. Advertising, you need to pay for it. PR and marketing is literally, you can do it yourself, all right? And then we've got somebody else called Happy Hubby Harry. He's not really called Harry. I think he's called City Slicker Sebastian. Okay, so he goes to lastminute.com. He's very trendy. He works in the city. He hangs out in the Scandi kitchen to have his lunch meals. He's got a flat in London. He actually works at Cass Business School. These are an amalgamation of all the customers, which I used to be all the male customers. They go to lovely trendy holidays. Again, so he'd be reading the Telegraph. He'd also be reading City AM. So, oh my goodness, how could I get myself into that publication where I'd have to pitch myself as a business owner, an entrepreneur, and try and find some interesting hook. So that is how you find your target, all right? And I hope that's kind of explaining it about your client avatar, because you can then see where the journey, because I get this question asked all the time, how can I find which magazines I need to target? You need to go a few steps back and ask your customers, ask your clients what they read, okay? And now we're going to talk about your target journalist, because you see, you found the magazines. You now need to research that journalist who is writing for those dream magazines, let's say Country Living and other publications. So who is your key target? Just think about them when you want to start approaching them, and then you discover what is their writing style. Have you read their latest piece? That's really important. Make sure that you keep up to date with every single, if you've got a dream journalist, read every single article, like what they're doing on Twitter, retweet it, get on their radar. Okay, what are they saying on Twitter? There you go. Have you got their email and phone number? Okay, I'm going to give you a secret tip on how to find that out. Many journalists will have their, even if they are staff writers for magazines, they will actually have their own websites. So you can go there and you can find out their email address, and you can also find out their telephone number. I'm just having to get my dog out of the cables. He's going to suddenly disconnect us all. Right, have you Googled and linked in your key influencer, all right? And I'm going to give you some examples in a minute. And what do you admire about them? What is it about their writing style they like? And are they appearing on any panels? And have you checked out Journalisted? I used to look at it quite often. I don't look at it too much these days, but I think really the best place if you are wanting to get into the press and get some coverage is to go straight over to Twitter. I work very closely with Helen Croydon, who's a freelance journalist. She's on my VIP team, and she just says, everybody, all journos are hanging out on Twitter. That is really their tool of the trade. So going on about the journalist research, have you, I mean, please write in the chat box right now, is there a dream journalist or a dream publication you'd like to get in front of? Just write in the chat box right now. I can take a swig of my mocktail. You see, and then if it's just a magazine, then you need to dig deeper, find out where that person is actually writing. Let me see the chat. Let's see what people are saying. Dream publications, Huffington Post, Forbes, Top Santé, Elle Decoration, Fitness Editor for GQ. I know who that's talking. That's Mark, isn't it? The man with the six-pack. Red and Psychologist, Telegraph. Brilliant. Thank you very much for sharing that. Fab. So the next point, oh, somebody else is saying something else. Let me quickly rush to that. I'm in business, the business to business, it'd be really good for trades, but consumer PR would be really good as well. Yeah, I agree with you. I think trade press, but you know, we all of us, Alex, because you're the filmmaker, we're all potential clients of yours. We all potentially need to have a promo video done about ourselves. And we all will be reading the Telegraph or Red, blah, blah, blah. So do you know what? You don't just need to think about that. Okay, you want to get on OM Magazine. Do you know OM Magazine is that yoga magazine? It's based here in Colchester. That's where I'm based. So I need to go and drive to the man. I've actually been in touch with him. You need to think about what's your connection potentially with Essex, Cheryl. Huffington Post, you've got an opportunity to do that. Okay, fab, I want to hear about that later. So that is you discovering. You start off with your client. You then find out your publication and find out who is that dream journo. Peter Lawrence, who are you thinking of? Come on. You haven't put a chat in the chat box. Now, how to have a big impact. A lot of you know this, but actually it's all about being able to nail it in 8. Some of you did it really well, and a lot of you, thank you so much, all of you at the beginning for sharing. Peter, I'm just going to see what you've written here. Telegraph, oh, sorry. I'm going to slap my hand now. It's too many mocktails, Peter. Right, okay. So you need to have an elevator pitch that piques the interest. I have gone to so many networking events. Rosemary, you're the queen networker around here. And I have stood, sat down, and everybody goes around the table, 30 people. They've got their 1 minute their 1 minute pitch. And they stand up and they have their whole ream of paper like this, and they read it and go, it's like a whole paragraph. And do you know what? When I hear a paragraph, it's like, first of all, you should know this inside out. It's what you do. It's your passion. So that's one thing. That's me being a bit critical, I know. But if you can just manage to say what you do in 8 words, it's really strong. It's really powerful. Ashanti, I'm not sure whether you're here, but we managed to nail it in 8. And she said it's actually transforming her business because people are already, being really interested and inspired by what she's doing. So what is this, nailing it in 8? Here we are. I'm just going to move slide. Nail it in 8. So it's what you do in 8 words. Okay, so here we are. I train entrepreneurs how to get press coverage. Okay, so that's it, nailing it in 8. And you literally just say it like that. Whatever you do, try and think about how you can literally say it in 8 words. I will try and think of examples, but not right now. But then if you want to be a bit greedy, you can have a few more words as well, because people want to know, okay, and then everybody needs to say to you, so what? Yeah, so what if you train people how to get press coverage so they can attract more clients, all right? So try and think of your short and snappy elevator pitch and then your so what. Is this making sense? If anybody wants to write their 8-worder in the box, I'm going to read it out. Come on, share away. So I hope that's it. And it really does work because you see, I pick up a phone and I need to speak to a journalist and I don't want their eyes to glaze over with boredom because they just say, we don't really like people to phone us up, but when they do, we're on the phone and actually what we're doing is we're typing. Yeah, we're typing at the same time that they're speaking at us. And I want somebody, Amanda, when I'm talking to journalists, to stop doing this and to go, wow, really? Okay. So I spoke to Harriet Minter. She's an amazing journalist. And she said, Amanda, what you did was you got over the 30-second hump of speaking to me. You kind of piqued my interest and I wanted to hear more about what you do. So it really does work. So I've just got a few here, which I'm going to share. Okay, Peter Lawrence, we help SMEs, people with people management and development issues. Hang on a sec. Alex, I create moving images that promote and move people. Ooh, look at that. Cheryl, I bring luxury accommodation to you from the Algarve. Lovely. Denise, I help professional service organisations get and keep clients. I like the keep. That's great. And it doesn't matter if it's 9, you can have up to 12 to be fair. But I think just really try and keep it nice and small. Here we are. Anna, she says, I help all women look fabulous in photographs. Wow. That's an amazing claim, and I've seen your website, and I agree with it. I inspire women to be feisty females that fly. All right, Lorraine, I transform people's eating habits to a planted-based lifestyle. Okay, you see, I may not understand what that means, you see, so that might be a bit too jargony. Not going to pick on you, Lorraine, but I would say I transform people's eating habits so they can have a plant. Well, I don't know. Anyway, so they eat natural and raw foods, perhaps. Mark, we provide time-poor workers with convenient health initiatives. Okay, fab. Do you know what? You all know what to do already. Do you want to just hang up the call already? So, thank you very much. That's that. That's nailing it an 8, but you really need to, when you speak to somebody, have something. Here we are. Jenny, we design amazing houses for people to feel like on holiday at home. Oh my God, you are brilliant. I tell you one thing, you are amazing at this. I'm really impressed. So keep them coming. Now, I think you want to know how to reach your influencers, all right? So it's all very well. You've done your research. You found out who your client avatars are. And just so you know, you will have 2 or 3 or 4 different client avatars. It's not just going to be retired Rose. It's going to be, 3 or 4 different people, different styles of people, different, jobs and all the rest of it. So you've done that. Now you're gonna know that you're going to have to pick up the phone, or you're going to be meeting them at some event. You now need to know how to reach those influencers. So first off is showing up, all right? Don't just sit behind your screen. How many of you guys go to networking events? Just say yes, or just say haven't done it in ages. So write in that chat box right now, please. So what you need to do is have your pitch ready when you go to these networking events. Okay, we've got some comments coming in. I'm just going to quickly read them out. Yes. Everybody's going networking. Fab. Great. I actually gave up networking because I kind of got a bit disenfranchised from it, but I went recently to Rosemary Cunningham's and it was awesome. And I met the lovely Alex there. I tell you, go to these networking events. It's so important. And you know what? I met somebody, a media woman there, a broadcaster, Janie Lee Grace. And I've wanted to meet her. I've spoken to her on the telephone and we got chatting. She even gave me her book. She was so lovely. So I tell you, and I've got on her radar, and we're going to be doing a bit of work in collaboration. So I tell you, go to these events, even if it's not quite right for you, if there's somebody there, a leading influencer who's going to be speaking on a panel or giving a workshop, please go to these events. Let me just see a few more comments. Me too. Yeah, it's fun. Yeah, I think I agree with you, Denise. You need to have a bit of a break. Not done it for ages physically, but okay, Lorraine, I'm going to give you an order, and that is to go after this call to look up for a local networking event and show up and go to it, all right? So here we are. So be helpful. So the reason that you're going to go networking is to meet lots of lovely local entrepreneurs, okay, but also to meet that dream influencer. And I'm going to give you my live examples in a minute. So try and be helpful when you're speaking with your, when you're trying to have an impact to these influencers. And this is not just face-to-face. This is also online. You can be helpful on Twitter. You can be helpful by sending them emails, not very many, but, just the odd email saying, I've seen your article. I think this would be amazing, and an amazing contact for you. So try to be helpful, be friendly, and just in a nutshell, get on the radar of your dream influencer. So I want in the chat box, please, anybody who's got a dream influencer that they'd love to get in front of. Mine, I'm going to show you my dream one, but I tell you one thing, I also wanted really badly to speak to the creator of Radio Gorgeous. Can you see her here holding the cocktail? We're actually holding the same gin balloon. That's Josephine Pembroke, and her co-contributor, radio host is Donna Freed. And there's me. I managed to ingratiate myself so much that I'm now a Radio Gorgeous entrepreneur. I am the person who interviews all the entrepreneurs, which was amazing. And it just literally came from developing a relationship on Twitter. So I want to know who is not on Twitter. If you're not on Twitter, write the word guilty. And if you are on Twitter, write me. And why don't you just write in your handle so people can go and see you after this training? All right. But what I did was I heard Radio Gorgeous. I heard one of their podcasts. They are amazing podcasts. And it's rather like, Woman's Hour, but with attitude and with lipstick and with swearing. Yay, a bit of swearing. It goes a long way. And I just thought, this woman is really my cup of tea. I'd love to speak to her. But you don't just go in. You don't just go, hey, Josephine, I'd love to, I want to create a show for you. You don't do that at all. You just have to develop a relationship with her. It's like peeling an onion. You do it slowly and you do it surely. All right. Just going to see what people are saying in chat. Hold on. Okay, brilliant. Everybody's giving their partly guilty, Jenny. Great. Everybody is sharing somewhat reluctantly. Okay, fab. Yes. Oh, there you go. So Peter said he's noticed that Telegraph journos are quite young and self-employed. Yes, but you will have your old timers there as well who've been in it, for years and years and years. And I've actually met a Telegraph journo, and I was actually featured recently, which is brilliant, as a result of developing a relationship on Twitter with her. So I tell you, it's brilliant. Do it. And so I did a pitch clinic. I taught journalists how to pitch their editors. It was quite a scary pitch to do, but I was, and again, I'm going to say this as well. If there are local networking events, why don't you put yourself out there and say, I'd like to give a talk, okay? And I did that. I was first invited to give a talk locally in Colchester, and the person asked me how to, the difference between PR and advertising, and I was really nervous. It was many, many, many years ago, and I thought, oh my God, but if I don't do it, somebody else is going to hop into my shoes, so I'm going to have to do it. I have to show up. So do that, and then as a result of that, I have got invited to many, many more networking and speaking events. So you just got to show up. Here's my other example. Hold on, let me just click. Yes, so I really, really wanted to get into Psychologies magazine for a client, not me personally. And this is amazing. Susie Greaves, she is amazing. She's wonderful. But when you haven't got into that very publication, it will seem very daunting. Let me see, I've just got the magazine here. All right, I don't know, hopefully you can see, I can't see myself, so hopefully you can see me. Yes, you can, yeah. Okay, so here is Psychologist magazine. And at the beginning, you always see the editor's letter. Hold on a sec. Right, there it is. You can see it there. You think, oh my God, this woman, Susie Greaves, she's in charge of, printing out this magazine, which gets distributed to thousands, to millions of people. How can little old me get in touch with her? I tell you how you do it. Just follow these steps. You start developing a relationship with her. You discover that she has a dog. Yeah? Because did you see that picture? Yeah, it says Susie, and she always mentions her office dog called Oscar. Now, I have an office dog. Perry, come here. He's called Perry, and he's also a Springer Spaniel. And I thought, oh my God, we've got something, very, very in common. And she loved, all dog owners will love another dog. So I started to, basically stalk her on Twitter, but don't do a horrible stalk, but, just follow what she's doing, and like and comment and all the rest of it. And also another good thing about Twitter is you can tell when somebody's off on holiday. So if you really want to get in touch with somebody, don't start, doing your killer tweets, your most amazing, impactful tweets. Alex has got her dog in here. Let's get the dogs out. Come on, come Perry. Here's the dog. We're going to do a bit of a dog off now. I know that Helen's got a dog as well. Right, so there's Perry. So I use Perry as my, my little tool to get through to Susie. And I sent her puppy pictures. And I said, I've got my lovely, my gorgeous new puppy Perry. He'd love to meet Oscar. Do things like that. Here we are. There's Perry. Isn't that such a cute picture? And that was when I was pitching Tamsin Gary. the author of a book. She is the UK's leading expert in mindset and vision. And I got through to Susie Greaves, I think because I sent her a few puppy pictures. And basically, it was amazing. So I'm just going to look at the comments. I don't know if people are saying things, whether you love Perry or not. Do I? Yes, I do. I pay him in treats. Thank you, Alex. Oh, there you go. Oh, I see. So your dog came. Jenny, I'm going to have to scroll down the pictures. Anybody else got their dogs there? Oh, look, Jenny. I can see your doggy. Oh, gorgeous. I sound like Susie Greaves. She went like that. Rosemary, go and get a dog now. It's urgent. Okay. So, yes, from a wee puppy, check this out then. Oh, hang on, I need to do my clicking. Can you see that? OMG! I went to an event. I don't know whether Helen Vandenberg is on the event yet, on this thingy still. I think she's gone now. Basically, there was an event which she invited me to come along and help at. And I was desperate, to go there because Susie Greaves was going to be a speaker. She was like the keynote speaker at that event. I said, oh my God, so I had to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning, drive miles. I was knackered. I'd have to leave my dog and my kids at home. And I just knew that it was going to work out because I knew that I was going to see my dream influencer, to get in touch with Susie Greaves. Because the thing is, most of my clients, or many, many, many of my clients, want to get into Psychologist magazine. So look, I saw her talking, and then I said to her at the end of her talk, I kind of managed to see her. She's very approachable, and she was doing lots of Facebook Lives on the lawn, and she was doing it for Psychologist magazine. But I said, Susie, I'd love to ask you to do a Facebook Live on how to get into Psychologist magazine. Yes, Amanda, not a problem. So she did it for me. So I've actually got a link. If anybody wants the link, send me an email, and it's actually in PR Secrets, so you can actually go and watch it. Just search the group for Susie Greaves. So that was just phenomenal. But then, even better, for my VIP clients, Susie, we had a dog off there as well. I invited Susie to be a pitch to the journalist. It was just incredible. I had 7 clients, and all of them got the thumbs up from Susie. Most of them were invited to write for Psychologist Life Labs. It was incredible. Shona, the woman here with the pink scarf and glasses, she sells the most amazing pink purses. So Susie said to her, look, obviously that's nothing to do with psychology, but we do have a section in the magazine called The Fix, okay? So you just need to make sure that you really get into bed with your magazine, read it at night time, read it in the day, and get used to all their regular features and their, in the dossier, and just see what they do and just think where you can fit in. So if they've got a shopping section, that would have been really relevant for Shona Easton to have got into. So that is that. Let me just see if there's any more chat going on. Oh, you can loan. Oh, Helen, you're still there. Well, listen, I haven't seen your dog, Helen. Where are you, girl? Oh, there you are. Helen, where's your dog? You need to call Meg. Yay, Maggie. Hi, Meg. Yeah, okay, so I tell you one thing. Dogs really do work with, that is with Susie Greaves. That will be with her. So what you need to do is find out the magazines, publications, I've got them all here, Your Ideal Home, you've got Glamour, Women's Health, da-da-da. Find out the magazine, you want to get into, and then look at the editor. I mean, I'd love to get into Red magazine. I am yet to crack that nut. I mean, I've got clients into it, but I personally want to be in it. So I need to start, doing a stealth maneuver with Sarah Bailey, who is the editor. So I will start doing that. That's going to be my challenge. You can all tell me, Amanda, rise to that challenge, okay? It's all very well me doing it. I need to walk my talk, but I do walk my talk very often. So, guys, all of this is designed to help you go down those slopes really smoothly, elegantly, and easily, as opposed to doing the whole wing and a prayer, because I did wing and a prayer when I was first running my knitwear business. I actually did manage to master how to do it, okay? But this is really to help you do it. I really hope it's been, I hope you've learned some stuff here, and I hope you're inspired that you're going to be able to do some, take some action once we've had our call. I've got some testimonials from, some of my very lovely and happy clients. Misty says, I class your contacts as the best black book, and they are invaluable. I've pitched to ITV and to Psychologists. Amazing. Caroline Bobart says, the magic Amanda creates. at the practice pitch sessions. You know, I tell you one thing, to be able to practice pitching to a journalist is incredible. And she also says Amanda's very good at sexifying headlines. So Caroline works more in the kind of, the spiritual type of work. And for me, I didn't. I'm now a convert. You know, I've gone from totally being like that to a bit more into the old woo-woo and spirituality and everything like that. But I was trying to make what she does and also Josie really into the mainstream so everybody can understand it, because we all need to get in touch with nature and to be very thankful for everything that's happening around us. Do you know what I mean? So she was really pleased. I could actually sex up her headlines. And then Josie, she's amazing. She says, I've learned so much from the opportunities Amanda presents. So I get experts to talk about how to pitch for a TEDx talk, how to pitch to a journalist, and she just says that she offers something that no other program out there offers. So I really hope that potentially we can have our phone call, we can chat, and we can maybe work together. I've got more success stories here. Amanda is the Mary Poppins of PR, really helping people. I just love it, because I strongly believe that all of us entrepreneurs, we all need to know how to do it ourselves and not have to employ an expensive PR agency. You could be spending up to £2,000 a month getting somebody to get you into all these publications, and it's never ever guaranteed. So if you can do it yourselves, I'd be really delighted to help you, and it's something which you can learn to do yourselves. I've got a quick comment. Let me go to the chat box. Bruce the dog. Come on, where's Brucey? Are you there? So guys, I have got a special invitation to you, but before that I want to talk to you about Enterprise Nations Rose, okay? This was the killer. This was amazing. When we're talking about doing your headlines, if you can just mute your mic, that'd be fabulous. Alison, thank you so much. So Rose, she was launching a lovely spicy condiment range. And we sat, I remember it was dark, it was late July last year, and I sat with her for an hour going over her press release. She was in my VIP group, and I said, Rose, this is a bit out there, but how about this? And I thought she'd say no. And I said, how about this? Move over Levi Roots, beautiful young female entrepreneur has the secret sauce. It was a really strong headline, and the open rate and the response rate from journalists when we sent it out, because we use a press release distribution platform which gets so much response. Doesn't always, but it does when it hits the spot. And then we had a subtitle, and it said, announcing stylish new African spicy and flavoursome condiment to stand out from the crowd. So we got BBC Good Food was caught, was saying we want samples. Waitrose magazine, if she had actually stopped in Waitrose, she'd have got straight into Waitrose magazine, which is read by thousands and millions. But we did get her into Olive magazine, and literally that afternoon she was in about 3 or 4 different trade publications online. It was awesome. So I tell you one thing, it really does work, and I walk the talk and I regularly practice. I pitch to the journalists all the time, and obviously I need to talk to journalists a lot because I need to invite them into my VIP group to do the pitch sessions, which is a really great thing. So I really hope this has been very helpful to you. This is what Rose says. I was very amazed by the number of inquiries I received. From 1 month on, I'm still dealing with a press request to feature magazines. She's actually given up her day job now, and she's just literally working on her spicy condiments. Isn't that an amazing success story? So I promised you an invitation, something to do with the press hooks, all right? If you're still thinking, oh my God, what is my press hook? Here's your invitation. It's designed to give you solution. You know that ski slope? Who's feeling a bit craggy and a bit like, oh my God, I don't know where it is, a bit bumpy road? I will help you go like that, fastest way. Okay, and you can apply right now for a 10-minute one-on-one power PR session. So we can go over your press hook, which will be really, which will stand out to the journalists, okay? So I know that you told me a lot of things what you do. Actually, Alison, I don't know what you do yet, but never mind, you can tell me shortly. So please apply for it. So on that 10-minute call, we're going to find your press hook that journalists will pay attention to, all right? It's that one thing. You might think, oh my goodness, I've got so many ideas swimming around. I'll be able to grab it out for you. Don't you worry about it. And I'm going to make sure that your press hook hits the right spot. I'm going to make it relevant to your business. There are hundreds and thousands of business coaches out there, but what is it about you that makes you stand out? So all of you run different businesses. You will have competitors. What is it about you particularly that makes you stand out from the crowd? And we can discuss that on our call. Oh, I haven't got the link. Isn't that naughty? So the link is this. It's amandaruiz.co.uk/apply. There you go, Lorraine. So here we are. Just stick it in here. /apply. All right. So your 10-minute, find your press hook call. Please do it. You can even meet Perry the dog when we do it. Bring your dogs out, bring your cats out, put your sunglasses on. Yeah, and I'd really like to help you get much more visible. So what we'll do, has anybody got any questions? If you want to write a question in the box, that would be great. Or if somebody wants to ask a quick question face-to-face, you can ask away. The floor is yours. Everybody's gone a bit shy there. Here we are. Okay, Anna wants to know, is it an article or a press release for Red or Psychologist magazine? So Anna, I know that you make women look beautiful, all right? So, okay, so a press release is really all about, if you're actually announcing something new, or if you're responding to something that's going on in the world, okay? So I would say it's actually, you just probably want to just get in touch with your dream journalist. So first of all, identify within Psychologist or Red Magazine, who is the journo. And just the thing about the editor, I personally wouldn't go direct to the editor. I would probably go to, the sub-editors or the features writer. So just make sure you do your due diligence, do some research into the magazines, buy 2 or 3 months worth of them, and do do that first off, all right? And then what you're going to do is send them an email or give them a quick phone call. Say, you could be responding, to people. There might be an event going on. There might be a famous celebrity getting married or getting married, but not having any photographers there. There could be some call outs. Make sure you go to #JournoRequest. Do you know that? So you can just be following what's going on there. So I wouldn't do a press release. So Peter's saying, any tips on what to include in the press box on the website? Okay, when you mean press box, do you kind of mean your press page, Peter? So what I would include really is, if you want to say press, or maybe you want to call it media. So have you ever been featured in any press anywhere with any of your businesses? If you do, then try and get those logos up there. Yeah, that's what you mean. Okay, yeah. But if you haven't had any press coverage, what you can do is have a press release inside it and have a PDF. You can also have a press kit. That's a really interesting thing. So I have a press kit on my website. It's amandaruiz.co.uk/press kit. And then that would just be, if you haven't even had any press coverage yet, try and get yourself a press kit sorted out. All right? So that's what I would say. Any more questions, guys? Can you do your own research? Which forms are part of research? Yes, okay. So a press release is really essential when you are doing it, and it's really essential to have 3 or 4 or 2 or 3 bits of statistics to include. Journalists love statistics. Also, always try and quote the source. I think that's what you mean. So what you could do, Alex, let's say you've got 100 people that you can ask questions to. Do a short survey, short and snappy survey to 5, with 5 questions, asking your past and present or future clients about, what is it that you hate about being filmed, whatever your top kind of 5 questions are, do that, and then do your questionnaire with the end in mind, and hoping that you're going to get some form of press release to come as a result of that. Hope that helps you. Is there a best time to send a press release? With Kiki Luzu, who is the Sunday Times editor, so she works on the Sunday newspapers, she says, I think on a Tuesday is a good time to speak to her, Tuesday and Wednesday, but never try and get in touch with her on a Thursday or a Friday, because she's just literally like that, fingers to the bone, working, typing, and researching her pieces. But to be fair, Rosemary, I'm going to give you my real honest answer. The best time to send a press release is when you've actually smiled and dialed. You've picked up the phone, you've spoken to the journalist, and they very often want to fob you off and say, have you got a press release? You go, yes, and then you just send it straight there. Another question, it's not here, but it's a very good tip to give you, is How do you send the press release? Do you send it as an attachment or as the body of an email? Send it as the body of an email, because you see journalists are so busy, they're so stressed. Try and just literally copy and paste it and put it in the body of your email so they don't have to click anywhere. They can literally see all the facts and figures right there. So it can say, have your killer headline, whatever you're going to invent as your amazing jazz hands headline, and then just say, been really loving your recent articles. The article on mental health really resonated with me because of X, Y, Z. Please see my press release below. And then it's got 1, 2, 3 bullet points, and then a short paragraph and another paragraph. So who's booked their call? I'm looking forward to hearing from you. Come on, write yes or write no. You can't spare 10 minutes to find out what your press hook is. I'm going to be stalking you all. Come on. Any more questions? What's the time? Ooh, 4 minutes to go. This is great, keeping it really compact and bijou. Any more questions out there? I'm waiting. We've got 4 minutes to go. Just going to see if I've got any printed questions. Somebody asked this question. I think basically what they're worrying about is actually showing up and being the expert. Okay, so what do you do if you're subconsciously fearing people's rejection or even people's affirmation of what you do? My answer to you is this, and I'm going to keep it anonymous, is listen, you just got to do it. Because if you are not paying an expensive PR agent to do it for you, you've got to do it yourself. Okay, so whoever it is on this call, I know who you are. You've just got to up the ante and just do it. Okay, really, you just got to do it. And once you put your head above the parapet, it will, I promise you, it will get shot down. Mine got shot down the other day. You just got to rise up, and do you know what? It doesn't matter. Just do it. Because the moment you start showing up, you're going to be controversial, you're going to be vanilla, you're going to be a licorice old sort. I say be a licorice old sort, and that's how you can stand out from the crowd. Helen has asked how to get in touch with Huffington Post. What's the best, is it worth it? I get the Huffington Post email every single day. I get the daily lowdown. And do you know what, Helen? You've also got Huffington Post. Don't just think about the whole thing. You've got Huffington Post Women, Huffington Post Tech. There is Huffington Post Parents. I would really say yes, try and get in touch with them. Just research who are those journalists. There is a way. I actually sent an email to Ariana when I first started getting into it. I think it was just ariana@huffingtonpost.com. And she sent me an email back saying, hey Amanda, I'd love to have your voice on Huffington Post. She no longer runs Huffington Post, but there are ways around getting into it. So I just think, have a bit of a stealth way and then start approaching them. But if you want to become a blogger, everybody could become a blogger on Huffington Post, which is fantastic. I personally would actually start approaching the journalists on Huffington Post and do the same thing. Start stalking them on Twitter. That would be my tip. Quick question from Denise. What's the best way to maximise when you get press coverage? I was interviewed today, so there's an article coming out tomorrow. Woo, woo, woo. Yeah, so Denise, congrats on that. So what I do is I do a screen grab. I share it all over Facebook, Twitter. Just share it across all of your social media platforms. Send an email out to your press, to your database and say, this is an amazing piece because X, Y, and Z. What are the learnings? Then you put it onto your website. So just make sure that everybody sees it and nobody misses it. That's what I recommend you do. Just having a quick sip of my cocktail. Alison. Oh, I see. What is the best journo for dog and cat products? Oh, can you tell us about your cat and dog products? You've got a lot of clients here. Can we all get our dogs out again, please? The best journalist, what I would just do is Google, we have 5-star reviews, Hip and Joint, fabulous. I would actually go first off to the vet magazines, go to Trade Press. Pet Plan, I think they've actually just stopped doing. My dog is insured by Pet Plan, but they have a newsletter, so try and talk to them there. Just go to Pets at Home and see what magazines that they have. Just look on Twitter and see pet and dog publications on Google. So do it like that. I really hope that's been helpful. Getting some text messages, that's fine. There's no questions here. Thank you so much. Great question. Alex, what do I say? When do you give, I like it. Okay, so here is the question. When do you give up contacting a journalist or a new business lead? How many times should you call before you become a pest? That is a really amazing killer question. Look, it's 1 o'clock, I can't answer it. You're only kidding. I'm going to get there. So I've done lots of these panel shows, and what they say, you know, with journalists, I've been listening to what they say, all right? 3 times. Try 3 times, but don't do it day after day after day. Do it gently. And you know what? I would actually have it try and have it as like a campaign. So if you really want to get through, let's just call Susie Greaves. Let's just say you want to get through to Susie Greaves of Psychologist. Try her once on Twitter, try her once on, you know, send her an email. I mean, the problem with Susie is she's got, I think, 48,000 unread emails, but let's just say somebody hasn't got quite as many as that. First of all, you need to have a killer headline. So you sent it, there's been no response. Okay, change up your killer headline. Maybe the killer headline wasn't quite killer for that particular person. Something which really gets an open rate for me is an invite. Most people want to open that. So you can say an invite to, okay? And Alex, I know that you're a film person, so maybe you could actually invite them, you know, to do a promo video or something like that. But yeah, they do say, the journalists say 3 times, and then you're going to become a pest. But what I would do is I'd try the 3 times over the series of like 1 to 3 weeks, okay? So don't just do it every single day, otherwise you'll become like a stalker. But keep on their radar nicely and gently, like their posts, and just find out where they hang out on social media, look at their Instagram account, and all you're going to be doing is getting onto their radar. Does that make sense, Alex? I hope it does. Oh, Rosemary, get that press hook session. Anybody else getting that session? Because I'm going to close it up in a minute. Get on to amandaruiz.co.uk/apply. Oops, I can't spell my own name now. /apply. And then we can, oh God, don't go to that link. I need to delete it. It's apply. There you go. So I've got very limited space, okay, because it's the summer holidays very soon. So next week is the only time I will be able to speak to you. Thank you so much, Helen. Lovely having you on here. So everybody, I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you've got a lot out of it. Can you just let me know in the chat box what you're going to go off and do, or what you've actually learnt you're going to do? Okay? Write in that chat box if you've learnt anything and or what you're going to go off and do as a result of that. Research. Brilliant, Jenny. Research key journalists. Fabulous. Yeah, I tell you, it's all about researching and getting to know them. Yep, fabulous, Mark. You're going to work on your elevator pitch and ask clients. You're going to read the editor's letter, connect with journos, do some research in magazines. Thank you, Amanda. I've already done a press kit, doing some research, and release next. Well, we need to speak then, Anna. Come on. I also thought, Anna, what you could do, I think Psychologist is actually based in Surrey. You could actually offer to do a shoot for them. Yeah? Just say, would you like me to photograph your team? I mean, I know they have got a team shot, but is there an event that you'd like to go and, you know, photograph their editors, you know, their writers? Decide who I want to contact and take the steps. Good. Thank you. Excellent. Okay, everybody. So thank you so much. I really look forward to having the 10-minute Let's Find Your Press Hook call, and helping you get much more visible, because you can all do it. You've all got something amazing about you. Don't ever forget that. And if somebody shoots you down, it's actually a compliment, because they're jealous. They're having a bad day. That's all I say with the people like that. So everybody, good luck and go for it. I really look forward to connecting with you on, on our press hook call /apply. Thank you so much. And it's been lovely sharing an hour with you with my cocktail and the lemon cocktail, and seeing all your dogs and hearing about your amazing products. Goodbye. Muchas gracias. Adios. And put your sunglasses on. Denise, yay. Woo, woo.